rumble with the roar of the crowd. Underneath the stars, we make our town proud. Every win, every loss, we shout it out loud. From the court to the field, to the dirt and the track, we cheer for the glory, we never hold back. It's the pulse of the county, the pride we unpack. Limestone County Sports, we bring the game to life. Every play, every fight, every Friday night. Limestone County Sports, it's where legends ignite. Limestone County Sports, where the legends ignite.
Limestone County Sports.
We're legends at night.
Most of the time. And we are so glad that we get to cover the Limestone County Legends. By the way, Limestone County Legends used to be a travel, well, not a travel. They were like the all-star baseball team when everybody was playing like, was it Dixie Youth or Babe Ruth or something? I don't remember the.
And you always had to go to Underwood and play.
Yeah. All the baseball would always have an all-star team, and they were called the Limestone Legends every time. Side note. Anyway, we are talking high school football. The playoff picture is getting pretty clear for most of our local teams. JV, I'm your host, Greg Wise, and this is the co-host.
JV.
If you didn't know who we were, and if you don't, or if you do, it doesn't matter. We are just peons in the big picture, grand scheme of things. We just like talking local football, Jay.
We do.
And we got a lot to cover today, and we're going to try to go ahead and jump in and get all of these games covered. And maybe we'll have a little time at the end to talk a few other topics. First and foremost, Lindsay Lane Christian Academy finished off season 1 for Jimmy Don Nave in his inaugural season at Lindsay Lane. They were playing JV football this year. We'll move to varsity next year, and they had a game on Friday night up in Chattanooga.
Yeah, they did.
It was still considered a JV game for Lindsay Lane, although they were going to play Grace Academy in Chattanooga, which plays varsity football. I think this is their first year of varsity football. And so cool experience for the kids at Lindsay Lane. Got to ride up there and have some Friday night lights and a tight ball game. Mm-hmm. We were trying to get some text messages during the game. I think it was like 2015. In the third, and then just kind of got slipped away from them there close to the end, and Grace Academy ended up winning that game 27-15.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to Brandon Moran. He helps coach with Coach Nave out there at Lindsay Lane, and he was giving me shouting me out to text, and appreciate him, and great season, though, for the Lions, and it's only going to get better, I think, out there. Yeah,
I text Jimmy Don this morning and just asked him about the game and some other stuff, and he says if he doesn't get back in the weight room and do some conditioning and lifting and all of that stuff, getting ready for next year, good to build off of that. Got a lot of returners. They'll have to replace Lincoln Conn at quarterback. That's one of the glaring absences they will have.
He grew up fast, man. I remember when he was still this tall.
Yeah, playing little league ball and doing all kinds of stuff like that. He'll be
Does that mean we're getting old?
You are, JV. You are getting old. I am still. I'm hanging out in my late 20s.
Ooh. I guess I'm the early 40s then. I guess.
It works. Whatever works. Red Bay. Tanner had a bye week this past Friday, and they got Red Bay coming to town. Big region matchup for both of those teams. Tanner trying to secure. They've pretty much, for the most part, secured a playoff spot. On the website that we use, ahsfhs.org, hasn't got them locked in, but I don't see a way they could now get knocked out.
I don't either.
But Red Bay is the 1 seed currently, and even if Tanner beat them, I don't think Red Bay would fall out of the 1 seed because they beat everybody else.
Yeah, and just talking to Coach Smith, he was very confident a couple weeks ago that they're in and possibly having to go into North Sand Mountain and play over there first round.
Yep, had a bye week this week. Red Bay coming to town, then they go to Sweetwater next week, and then may have to head over to North Sand Mountain for that first round of the playoffs. The AHSFHS.org website has Tanner, who is 3-5, and Red Bay is 7-1. They've got Red Bay favored by 9 points at Tanner. That's a little closer spread than I was expecting, especially with Red Bay being 7-1. But Tanner's been coming on strong the last few weeks. I think that is why that's a little lower. You think Red Bay takes care of business, or does Tanner keep it within 9 points?
I think Tanner keep it within 9.
I do too. And upset of the week.
Trap game for Red Bay.
Yes, they're looking ahead. I don't even know who they play next, but they're looking ahead past the Tanner Rattlers, and the Tanner Rattlers are going to upset Red Bay at home, go on the road to Sweetwater, and then head to North Sand Mountain with some momentum and make some noise in the playoffs. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be. No pressure on you, Coach.
Yeah, no pressure. Coach Smith, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep on rolling. Moving on, Clements was over at Sheffield as I was watching the score stream out, where I get a lot of my scores at halftime. Clements was up 28-6 at half at Sheffield. We were probably assuming that Clements would keep rolling in the second half, but I don't know if something happened. Maybe you got more details on that, JV, than I know. But it ended up being a tight game. Clements did win 28-27.
Talking to the senior Coach Pugh that was at the game, he said they were up 28-0 and driving, and Mario Hammond, the kid that scored, had 100-something yards last week, scored 2 or 3 touchdowns, fumbled the ball. They could have been easily up 35-0 at half. Fumbled the ball. Sheffield got it and drove the field and scored there late in the first half, and it was just. It's like Clements from last year. They couldn't do nothing in the second half. And Sheffield made it a close game, 28-27. So,
well, defense holds on and gets the 28-27 win. Even though that was a region win, I think Clements is officially, according to the website anyway, and I guess the website's not official. The AHSAA is the official. But this website has them eliminated, and I look back, I think they are.
Yeah.
Clements is now 4-5. Unfortunately, they got Mars Hill coming to town, which we've talked about Mars Hill over and over and over again. There's a probably about a 6A football program, private school playing in 3A.
Yeah.
And so they are favored by 56 points at Clements. Just a couple of weeks ago, Mars Hill was favored by 62 against Elkmont. We took Elkmont to keep it closer than that. They did.
Yeah.
I think and it's bad we're saying this, but I think they only got beat by about 50.
It was 56-6.
Yeah, so they got beat by 50. Mars Hill favored by 56 at Clements. Mars Hill's going to dress a lot more dudes, going to have a lot more depth. Again, got 6A talent, 6A talent, playing 3A. Does Mars Hill cover 56 at Clements?
I'm going to say no, just for the fact that they may want to play younger guys towards the end of the game. I think Clements may score, so I'm going to say.
I think Brick will have a game plan. Obviously, you go into every game trying to win.
Yeah.
But if it starts to get out of hand, you can run clock.
Yeah.
And keep it a little closer. It's going to be at home too.
And senior night, so
that's senior night for Clements.
That's the last game of the year too. So
gotcha. I think Clements keeps it within 56, and defensively they've played pretty good defensively.
Yeah.
So big ball game.
Yeah.
Going to be down at Clements. If you want to see an amazing 6A football team that plays in 3A. They are undefeated. I don't think they've lost since Scottsboro last year.
Yes.
Won the state title in 3A last year. They'll be down at Clements this Friday night, 7 o'clock. Colbert County was up at Elkmont.
Ooh.
At the Hilltop. That game got out of hand very quickly. I think score stream was not right because it was all over the place with some scores. I think the final 72-19. I don't know if there was some bad blood there. Usually when you start to see scores like that, somebody don't like somebody, or there's some personal stuff going on or something. I have no idea. All I know, Colbert County put up 72. Elkmont scored 19. And Elkmont's now 1-7 on the season, and they next week they go to Rogers. Rogers is 4-4. That's a Rogers game is one of those that when me and Coach Shrink was talking a couple of weeks ago that you're kind of looking at the rest of the schedule and saying, hey, we can compete in these games, and that's one of those that I think they can compete in. However, the AHSFHS.org website has Rogers favored by 32.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too. Pretty big spread. Now they may be basing that on like Rogers kept it close with Lauderdale County. I know that's a big rivalry game, and that plays a part into some of that stuff. I think Lauderdale County beat them by 2, maybe 28-27 or 29-27, something like that. But Rogers 4-4. Elkmont goes over at 1-7. Could Elkmont keep it closer than 32?
Yes.
I think so too. Hopefully they'll keep it closer than 32. There you go. Elkmont and Clements, both in the same region, both have been eliminated from the playoffs, and they'll be finishing up their season. Have some, like you said, Clements senior night. I think Elkmont senior night will be in a couple of weeks, and so
don't they play Ardmore?
Yeah, last game of the season. Yep. And so hopefully those two teams can end on a good note, and then start to look ahead to next season, off-season workouts and conditioning, all that stuff, and for the reclassification in December. That can help some of our teams out. One of those that needs help with reclassification is West Limestone.
Yeah.
West had Deschler come to town, which is, what were they, about 4 or 5 in 4A, Deschler. Also, by the way, in West region is West Morgan, who's like number 2. So Brooks, they're in the top 10. Yeah. So you got 3 of the top 10 teams in the state in 4A are in one region. Hey, that's great. Yeah. Deschler was at West Limestone. West is or dropped that game. It was 41-7 at half, 47-14. Was the final.
I know they had a running clock 10-minute running clock second half. So
yeah, well, that's what most reasonable coaches kind of do stuff like that. How you coach want to let the clock run? Yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
And I get it, with West, young kids and don't want to get nobody else hurt.
Young kids, lots of injuries has really hurt them. That's got them at 2-7 on the season, and coming up this week. Another juggernaut, Brooks, comes to West Limestone. Brooks is 5-3. They are favored by 30 points at West Limestone. Do they cover 30, Jay?
Yeah.
I think so, too. Unfortunately, this will be senior night for the Wildcats and their last game. Their bye week is next week, and so they've played pretty much going to play 10 straight. And this will be the last game for the Wildcats, and then they can get back in the weight room and conditioning and preparing for next year as well. And so hopefully they can finish strong this Friday night with Brooks at home. All right, Athens was at Columbia. Athens put it on Columbia. By the way, I think Columbia is up to 99 consecutive losses. Yeah. We've been told that there is a film crew following them around, trying to document them getting their first win. It's not going to happen this year.
No, it definitely ain't going to happen this coming week because they go to Jasper.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. We looked at their schedule, Columbia's schedule, and was like, well, hey, East Lawrence, maybe. Fun, crazy fact, East Lawrence beat them Columbia was up on East Lawrence. East Lawrence comes back and beat them like 20-18. I think Columbia was up like 18-0 or something. East Lawrence comes back and beats them 20-18, and then later on, it's found that East Lawrence has played an ineligible player, and so they had to forfeit some games, which would mean what? Columbia may get the dub. The one game the player did not play in. Columbia. So guess what? They still don't get the win.
Just their luck, right?
That's crazy, man. Like, West Limestone got one of those wins back from East Lawrence. I think Lawrence County was one of those. And then it was just so you got to be kidding. The player played all these games except that one game, and Columbia did not get the dub. And obviously they didn't get the dub with Athens in town either. I talked to Daniel Terry. He's assistant coach. Coach Gross goes to church here as well, but I talked to Daniel. He's my cousin, and so we usually talk football.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. His great grandmother and my great grandfather were brother and sisters.
Okay.
We talk a little football usually during football season on Sundays as we're passing by, and we were just kind of talking about some things that happened in our respective games. And Columbia put up 14. Yeah. He said they had 2 kickoff returns.
Yeah.
Columbia had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in that game.
I hope he's not the special teams coordinator.
I don't think he is. Athens is now 4-4 on the season. They go to Decatur this week. As I was talking to Coach Terry, I thought Athens is in Decatur, that Athens Decatur game is kind of like a play-in game. But as I looked at the records and standings, I think if Athens loses, they're still in because of a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
And so, but you don't want to go. Decatur's 2-7. You don't want to get into the playoffs losing a game and then go into the playoffs having to go play a 1 seed, and you just lost to a 2-7 Decatur. But I think Athens is in pretty much no matter what. There could be some weird stuff that happens.
And their playoff predictor on the website there has them playing at Fort Payne.
Hey, that's a winnable game, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not a bad matchup first round, especially as a 4th seed. FHS.org has Athens favored over Decatur by 17 points, Jay. Do you think they make that happen?
I do. I think the Golden Eagles will get it done. I know it's a big rivalry game. Always been a big rivalry game, and I think the Golden Eagles will go over and get it done.
I do too. They're going to smoke Decatur. They're going to smoke Decatur
and
like Alabama fans smoke cigars.
And I've heard rumors this may be it for Coach Ritter.
At Decatur? It's his first year, ain't it?
Second year.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that on his own decision-making or decision-making of others?
I've just heard it through grapevine.
Huh, interesting. Interesting, Jay. Hey, he'd be a good guy to pick up.
Yeah.
He's a good football coach.
Yeah.
His I think it's his sister goes to church here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Menifee. Her last name's Menifee. Catherine Menifee, I think, is his sister.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong. I'll have to ask my wife. She knows. Anyway, because when he was at Russellville, they always were like kind of back and forth. She's like, I hate your brother. No, she wasn't saying that. My wife would never say that.
And speaking of Russellville, it'll be Athens' next home game next Friday night after this one in Decatur. So
yeah, Athens ends at home against Russellville. I would think Russellville's a little down, even though they're playing pretty good football right now. Yeah. They're a little down. I would think Athens would be able to take care of them in a couple of weeks. Moving on to our game of the week, Jay. Big county rivalry game. East Limestone was at Ardmore. Big crowd on both sides. Those schools are about 10 miles, maybe less apart. Both of them are 5A. Both of them are in the same region. And so when it comes to competitive sports, and doesn't matter what the sport is, usually big rivalries, and this one did not disappoint.
No.
Pretty tight game. Ardmore did pull away at the end and put East away 35-16. But man, it was a good football game, especially early. I know me and some of the guys that were on the other side of the field were talking before the game of just the energy and how big this game is. That how much bigger it could be if both teams were like competing for playoff spots. Usually it's one way or the other. I don't remember a time Since I've been involved, and I'm just talking about the last decade where maybe, a playoff spot was coming down to this game, dude, that would be epic if you're battling like that. But nonetheless, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Both these teams always get after it, whether they're, one's good, one's bad, both are good, or both are not very good football teams. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And so Ardmore put East away 35-16. I think it was 21-7 at half. The Ardmore sidelines thinking Ardmore they got the ball coming out of the locker room. And was thinking, okay, we go down score right here. It's going to be 28-7. We can pretty much, keep the gas pedal down and put this game away. That did not happen. Ardmore, East Limestone's punter kept them in the game, brother. And East defense played well, good enough to keep them in the game. 16, East scored 16. Only 9 of those was by special teams or the defense.
Okay.
Their offense, it was 7-7 right out the jump, both offensive scores. And then East blocked a punt into the end zone and covered it for a touchdown. And then, just like another series later, when Ardmore's back on offense, they get a safety. And so they scored 9 points within about 2 or 3 minutes. And then at that time, it's 24-16. And I think that was into the fourth or late third. And you're like, here we go. This is the game that we've been waiting on. At that time, Xavier Hawthorne returned a kickoff of like a 99 yards, somewhere around in there. Ardmore gets a goal line stand at the 1. I think East had the ball like maybe first and goal from the 3. Cannot punch it in. Big goal line stand. One of them you remember, the kids remember for a long time. And then I think Ardmore marches 99 yards for the score and then get another score, I think, a little while later and put it away. 35-16. East is now 1-7. Ardmore 5-3. East has been eliminated from the playoffs, and unfortunately, they got Fairview coming to town.
Yeah.
Speaking of good football teams, Fairview 8-0, like number 2 or 3 in the state in 5A.
Yeah.
They are favored by 27 at East. Does Fairview cover 27?
Yeah.
I think they do too. Fairview is well coached, and they don't have the guy that's just going to run the score up, but that football team is that good that they'll be able to move. As good as East defense has been, and they were great on the edge. They got really good speed on the edge. We could almost never, get the ball out wide in the flats, anything like that. Fairview is going to punch you in the mouth, and they're going to punch you in the mouth all night on both sides of the ball. And a lot of those dudes are the same dudes. They're punching you in the mouth on both sides of the ball, same number guy. I think they covered 27 too. And then East has to go, I think, to Shelby County, which is having a pretty good season. We'll talk a little bit about it next week. Ardmore has a play-in game. And so this is pretty much week 1 of Ardmore's playoff hopes. Pretty much the top 3 seeds in that region, Fairview, Russellville, and Priceville, are locked in. The only seed that is open is that last spot, the 4 seed, and it will come down to West Point and Ardmore. I think currently they are both 2 and 3 in the region. Winner is in. Loser will play one more game that's on the regular schedule, and they're done. AHSFHS.org has Ardmore favored by 6 points at West Point. West Point is 4-4, and just give you just a couple weeks ago, West Point and East were tied going into the fourth quarter, 0-0 at West Point. West Point did pull that game out, beat East 14-6. But the website has Ardmore favored by 6. You think Ardmore covers 6 points at West Point?
Easy.
I think so too. Just some film that I've watched on West Point. West Point had a really good game against Lawrence County. That was early in the season. I think they beat them maybe 42-7, 42-14, something like that. But they haven't turnovers for touchdowns, things like that. And then the East and West Point film, was hard to watch. I mean, it's 0-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Couldn't either one of them do nothing. They, keep shooting themselves in the foot, doing stuff like that. I know West Point's going to be ready. West Point leads this series. I think they have won 6. Ardmore's only beat West Point one time, and that was last year. So they'll be ready. It is at West Point, which is a hall. It's, hour.
Exit 310 to the right.
Yeah. Branding Iron Steakhouse is right close by. We'll be visiting the Branding Iron Steakhouse right around the corner from West Point, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock before we head over for the game. But I think Ardmore covers the 6 points as well. Despite the 3 games skid early in the season when they had Fairview, Priceville, Russell back-to-back, they've looked really good since then. Offensive play calling's been pretty good. Added a lot of wrinkles in the last couple of weeks that is paying off.
And getting your quarterback back, too.
Yes, Alex has been playing fantastic. He had a deep ball Friday night that was really, really good. And, I mean, he's hitting the spots on the short passes, a lot of the outs and slants across the middle, all kinds of things. He's playing good football. Moved the chains a couple times with his legs. And, we got some good running backs. And I think they put on West Point pretty good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt if they beat West Point by at least 20. Hopefully that'll be the case. One other note of something that I really enjoyed watching in the Ardmore and East game, when Ardmore got the turnover at the goal line, they stopped East on 4th and goal. Ardmore gets the ball on like the half-yard line, and that's how East had gotten a safety on the other end zone just a few minutes before because we were, back. Well, when they got the safety, we were running kind of a wildcat, is what most people would call it, and the snap kind of went over or by the running back who's supposed to get the ball, who is, again, usually not getting the snap. And so this time, instead of going back to that, we've done something that you almost never see in high school football. I don't ever know why. The reasoning you always get is, well, our quarterback is always in shotgun. Why would he go under center? We never run that. Well, boss, that's on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You practice those things. If you're not practicing under center, then obviously you can't run a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
And which has always been crazy to me that you would have a 4th and inches, 4th and 1, 4th and a half a yard, and we're going to snap the ball back 6 yards to try to get 12 inches.
Yeah.
Just never made sense to me. Other than, I get the reasoning.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we just always run our shotgun. well, the practice.
Yeah.
Hey, take one practice or at the end of practice, go get your center and your quarterback over there and take a few snaps. We go under center. Alex King up under number 71, Landon Snyder. Got them big backs behind him, and it was the textbook Philadelphia Eagles push.
Really?
Goes from the half-yard line to about the 8. Looked like a rugby scrum, and it was magnificent. It was one of the best-looking football plays I've seen all year just because it is just so plain.
I wish we had a drone shot of that.
I might can find the huddle. If I can find the huddle shot, I'll put it on the video while we're talking. I know I've got the sideline footage, and I'll put it up there. So hopefully you're watching this right now. If you're listening, go watch the video.
Yeah.
I'll try to put the clip of it up there. But, man, it was just brilliant. I was like, yes, this is ordinary, old school, common sense football, and it was magnificent.
And
Hats off.
And Bryant saved it till then.
Hats off to Bryant Wells and Snyder. They were having a ton of fun on the sideline Friday night. Boys was having a lot of fun.
And
it's cool.
And speaking of a ton of fun, talk about the guys that showed up with the paint party Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, we had a big field paint crew party. Ardmore, the administration up there is like, hey, man, there's been a lot of guys whose volunteered a lot of time in this community just to paint this football field. And kind of the team that does that now is kind of fruit from that. I got up there, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Somebody taught me how to do it, and then I taught other guys how to do it and got another team. And so you're just seeing, people just pass this along.
Yeah.
And so Ardmore said, hey, man, about 6 p.m. Thursday night, we're going to cook some hamburgers and hot dogs, and if you've ever had anything to do with painting this football field, we'd love for you to show up, tell some stories, have free hamburgers and hot dogs. And, man, we were almost done. It took us 11 hours to paint that field. Thursday, because we did stuff in the end zones, which we've never done. We added a little bit of checkerboard in the end zone. They used to checkerboard the whole end zone. We didn't have enough paint left to do that because it's in the season. But we did get to add a little checkerboard in all both end zones, kind of as a nod to the old guys who used to paint it. So it was a lot of fun. But when we got there, they're kind of watching us finish up. We're eating some hamburgers, hot dogs. They had probably 25 dudes, 20, 25 guys show up. Some of them very senior adults. Some of them telling stories of between spring and fall, they would used to just let the grass grow. And they would have to show up in the fall for fall camp. And they had about 3 push mowers over there in the shed, and they'd have to get them push mowers out and mow the field before they could ever start practicing. And if you've let grass grow for months, there's stobs all in it, even after it's cut. And he said, buddy, for a while, it was a lot of fun getting tackled on that field.
I bet.
And so another guy said they were painting one time, and they were at the 5-yard line on one side of the field, and they shot the line all the way over. Well, I guess nobody was paying attention. By the time they get to the other side is the goal line. So it goes from 5 to the goal line. Instead of going from the 5 on this side to the 5 on the other side, it goes from the 5 to the goal line. Mm-hmm. And he said, we was up here at midnight with a push mower mowing that line back down so it would disappear so we could restripe that 5-yard line again. And funny side note, if any of them paint crew guys listen, they're going to kill me. But it was my fault. I did it. We go down the home side. You put the arrows beside the numbers, which direction you're going. Well, we get around to the visitor side, and me and the guy that's doing that at that time, we got about 3, 5, maybe 6 guys up there at that time. We're not paying attention. We're talking about all kinds of things, and we just throw that arrow down on the 10 and then the 20 and then the 30. And after we painted on the 30, I'm like, hey, bro, we just put this arrow on the wrong side of these for 3 times. And we look back, and it's pointing towards the 50 instead of the goal line.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to run up to King's Hardware, shout out to King's Hardware, and get some green spray paint and spray back over those and do them again. And wasn't very obvious from the home side, which was great. Yeah. But there was a couple of guys who go to church here, and one of those, assistant coach from East Limestone, thanks Blake Montgomery for taking a picture and sending that to me before the game.
Is it noticeable in the drone shot?
If you zoom in, you would probably notice it, but it's so unnoticeable from that. Most ordinary people didn't pay attention. Most ordinary people don't know anything about a lot of that stuff anyway, never pay attention to any of it. The guys who paint it know everything that's wrong with the field, even when maybe one end zone's a little 3 inches longer than the other one or something. Yeah. But nonetheless, it was a fun night, man. Had a lot of guys up there. Clint Legg, he used to coach there. He went to Clements as a principal for a while. I think he's retired out of our school system. He's up in Giles County now. Mm-hmm. He showed up. A bunch of guys that painted when he was there. And, man, we had a fun night, dude. It was pretty good.
And y'all put the seniors' numbers in one of the checkerboards, right?
Checkerboard in the north end zone closest to the field house. We had 12 blocks, and that's how many seniors we had. Mm-hmm. So we put the seniors, it was senior night, put their numbers in that checkerboard, had Ardmore in one end zone, Tigers in the other, and looked really, really good. Glad we could do that. Again, it didn't take us but like 11 hours. Somebody said, "Man, this looks so good. Y'all should have been doing this all year." And we was like, "Nah, it's a special occasion paint job here, bro." It was fun, nonetheless, and tiring also. And I reminded them guys, we can still host a playoff game.
Yeah,
you win round one, we're gonna be back. And I told them guys, this may not be the last time we ever paint this football.
You may have to get them guys back.
I'm gonna have to get them all back. And we're going to have to get an emergency load of paint, too, because we out of paint now. We used everything we had.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. All right, Jay, we got about
and Ardmore was?
The Limestone County Sports Team of the Week. That's the pride of the state line playing some neck. I don't have their fight song, or I'll probably do. It's probably just lower quality, but playing, I think that was from a bonfire from a playoff game a few years ago. And they had some kind of band competition over the weekend. I think did a pretty good job. Shout out to those folks as well, and congratulations to Ardmore for being the Limestone County Sports Team of the Week. Jay, got about 5 minutes left here. You want to talk any? Let's see. Alabama had a pretty big football game
they
Saturday.
Hato wasn't there though. We had baseball at Albertville Saturday.
Well, another fun fact. My wife and I and our daughter, we were up in Hendersonville, Tennessee, playing softball Saturday. Had a softball tournament up there. And as you could imagine, just a little north of Nashville, everybody in that park, for the most part, was Tennessee fans. Most of us Alabama fans were wearing our, softball gear, so you couldn't. You knew there was a few floating around.
Is some of that 256 got orange in it?
Unfortunately, Jay, our 256 fast pitch team colors are the team colors of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Like the Lady Balls, right?
Yes. Got the the powder blue and the orange. Our team owners, the words who own the organization, are big Tennessee Vol fans, and so everything.
Bless their heart.
It's tough for people like me, and I know it's tough for them. Especially when you lose as much as they have to the mighty Crimson Tide. But nonetheless, we're in Tennessee. We've got 256, which is odd.
Yeah.
So y'all are from Alabama, but you have Tennessee colors.
Yeah.
Yes. It is what it is. It's growing on me. I'll just say that. But we're leaving the park right before halftime of the Alabama game. We're playing a game. My wife's got it over there on her phone during the game every once in a while. Hey, what's the score? Hey, what's the score? What's going on? Well, our game's over. We're getting ready to leave, fixing to drive home. Others are going back to hotels, whatnot. There's some big crowd of Tennessee fans over on this other field. They done brought their TV out. A bunch of people standing around it. It's 4th and 1 on the goal line or whatever it was on the goal line. Tennessee's got the ball. And I'm like, man, I want to stand here and watch this game at this tennis, on this big TV. But there's a bunch of Tennessee guys. And then I'm like, we got to drive home. Let's just truck on. We get out to the parking lot. Carla starts screaming, picked off! This picked off! He's going all the way! And then all of a sudden you hear a lot of people screaming, a lot of horns blowing. And then I was like, there's a ton of Alabama fans here. And, I mean, it was crazy. The whole park's going nuts. And I was like, hey, that's all Alabama fans.
So they didn't tear their TV up after that, did they?
Well, I was out of there, so I don't know if they did. I don't know if they chunked it in the dumpster on the way out or what. But we watched most of the second half on the dash of my car, running the audio through the sound system, and got home with about 2 minutes left. And so, very entertaining game there. Jay, side note to that game. I remember when Tennessee was good.
Yeah.
Now, I know most of our children don't. That's kind of what sucks if if you were raised in a Tennessee home, your children have never seen them win anything. Well, I mean, I guess baseball they did something, but football wise,
And they could be losing their baseball coach.
Oh, that wouldn't be good at all.
No.
He's legit.
Yeah.
Football wise, was it 98 was the last national championship Tennessee had, right?
Yeah.
That's been 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if your children, I have a daughter that's 27. She don't remember that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, she was one. If you have kids 26 or younger,
Yeah.
never seen a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you got kids 27 and under, they've seen a lot of Bama Natties.
Mm-hmm.
Been a great time to be alive. Amen.
Amen.
What about Auburn?
Well, side note to the year we won like 9 in a row.
Yeah.
So we were in Birmingham. It was Peyton Manning's first game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So dummy me, before the game, I bought a shirt that said "O for Tennessee,"
Mm.
and you know what happened.
I'm pretty sure that's when Peyton Manning was up in the corner conducting or leading the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So-
Thanks, Jay.
but yeah.
So you jinxed it. It's
I
your
jinxed
fault.
it, yeah.
Well,
But I
note,
redeemed myself a few years later. We went to Knoxville,
Mhm.
Coach Fran's first year.
Hey, there you go, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Side note, when we were playing softball Saturday, the only game we lost up there in softball, we were 3-1. We got rained out Sunday, didn't get to finish the tournament. We were 3-1 in this tournament. The one game we lost was before the Alabama Tennessee game kicked off. Our coach, the girls huddle up there at first base, and he's giving them the pep talk, and they 2-5-6 on 3, 2-5-6 on 3. Or together, whatever it is, 2-6 on 3, 2-6, and they clap, and the coach adds, "Go Vols!" And I told him, I said, "Buddy, you may have jinxed us," and sure enough,
Yeah.
lost that game. So, Kyle Word, if you are listening, which you probably are not, but if you are, please take that into consideration next time. I'm doing what I can wearing this orange and blue. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
But I'm just pointing out that's the only game we lost. What about Auburn, JV?
Man, they're struggling right now.
They just cannot close the deal. Like I told somebody a couple weeks ago, they sold their soul to the devil in 2010, and now he's coming back to collect. Brother, they, used to, if you're in Jordan Hare, everything's bouncing their way.
Yeah.
Everything's going their way. They cannot, all they got to do is hit a field goal. Can't do it. All they got to do is get a stop. Can't do it.
Back in the day, all you do is give them a sack it and they'd beat us.
Yes. Now they've had, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And can't get a dub.
Yeah.
Struggling. Is Hugh Freeze going to be around many more weeks, Jay? They go to Vandy this week?
No, they go to Arkansas.
They should win that game at Arkansas. Should.
Yeah.
Then they got Vandy.
Then they got Kentucky at home, and then they go to Vanderbilt.
So those are all 3 winnable games. I think Vandy's a winnable game. In 3 weeks when they play at Vandy.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks when Auburn goes to Vandy, will Hugh Freeze still be the head coach?
I think if he loses Saturday, if nothing don't go down today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I have a good friend, good source that went to Auburn.
Yeah.
And is in good with some people down there. And I asked him yesterday, and he said he's hearing Tuesday.
As in tomorrow.
Yeah. But I think they may give him this weekend if he loses. But what I've been told that Jimbo Fisher is politicking for the job.
Of course he is.
And this my source told me that Jimmy Rain really loves Hugh Freeze. They're real good friends, and he don't want to see him go. But the higher ups.
Well, this is the problem.
So I don't know
with Auburn athletics. Like coaches can't come in and just run their program.
Yeah,
you got Jimmy Rain calling shots.
Used to be Bobby Louder.
Yeah, and also they seem to make decisions based on how well coaches and or players performed against Alabama.
Yeah.
Not Gene Chizik, the next guy. Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
His offense
beat
Alabama. We're gonna get Chizik out of here. He gets a couple wins against Alabama.
Well, he was going to get fired. You remember? And then they beat us in the kick six game, and they gave him $49 million.
Yep. Well, now, who do we got?
Then Hugh Freeze beats us twice, and they hire him.
Now, they hire Brian Larson.
Harson.
Larson. It's all the same. Nobody remembers him.
No.
We don't even remember his name. He had nothing to do with Alabama at all. Of course, that didn't go well.
No.
They run him out of town quick. This guy, he beat Alabama one time. Oh, he beat them 2 times. A decade ago.
Yeah.
He's our guy.
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback?
Jackson Arnold.
Who did what last year?
He beat Alabama last year.
When you are basing big-time decisions like that on if they beat Alabama, that's absurd. How do you expect to build a football program when your football program revolves around winning one football game?
Yeah.
That's why you're where you are.
Yeah.
You're making decisions on if they beat Alabama or not. Our starting quarterback beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Hey, and now you're looking for to pay another coach to sit on the sidelines and get a pretty good check.
Yeah, now.
The bad thing for Auburn is there's all these other schools that, Penn State's done fired theirs, Florida has done fired theirs. So you're getting in line.
Yeah.
So there's big-time programs out there already.
Mike Norvell could be next.
Yeah. There are big-time programs who are looking for big-time coaches, and they got big-time money.
Yeah.
And you're now, if you fire Hugh Freeze now, you're getting in line behind those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn's not Penn State. Auburn's not Florida. And so you're not the top job. Yeah. You're now 3 or 4 and could eventually be lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're probably going to get to a point where, hey, we either got to just keep the guy and maybe rethink next year, or because you're going to have to pay these big payouts. Anyway, crazy situation there. Still good to be an Alabama fan. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll.
Jay, we got to shut her down here. Anything else before you leave, brother?
Just tailgate talk every Saturday morning, 10 to 12, WKC 1080 or the PAS Plus app. And good luck to all our teams. And I hate the ones that's not getting to go to the playoffs, but good luck to Ardmore. Hopefully they can get in and beat West Point and Athens as well. So
Athens, Tanner. Good luck to West Limestone. This will be their last game this week. And me and Jay's looking forward to these teams getting in the playoffs because we'll get to do this for at least one extra week. And if they go 2 rounds, we'll get 2. We are so pumped. We're more pumped than these players because the players are just playing for one more game. Well, we're fired up for you too.
And we're 2 weeks away from middle school basketball tournament over West Limestone.
Yep. A tip-off tournament for middle school over West Limestone coming up in 2 weeks. Be changing seasons. So appreciate y'all listening. Looking forward to talking some more football next week. We'll be back on Limestone County Sports.
God bless y'all.
God bless. Have a fantastic day. We're going to exit again with the pride of the state line and the team of the week, the Ardmore Tigers.